You know that feeling when you wake up at 3 a.m. for no reason at all? No sound, no nightmare, just a sudden awareness, like something nudged you from the inside. That's how it started for Daniel Harper in a quiet neighborhood outside Denver. At 3:11 a.m., his phone lit up with a notification from his home security app, a system he had trusted for 3 years without a single issue. The message did not say motion detected. It did not say sound alert. It said, new occupant registered. Daniel lived alone. He sat up in bed, heart pounding, and opened the app. Every camera feed looked normal. The living room was empty. The kitchen was dark. The hallway was still. The bedroom showed only him, pale in the glow of his screen, but at the top of the app, in small white text he had never seen before, were the words, active occupants, 2. He let out a nervous laugh. Probably a glitch from the automatic update that must have installed overnight. He refreshed the app, still 2. He walked through the house, checking locks, closets, even under the bed like a child, proving there was no monster. Nothing was out of place, no forced entry, no open windows. When he returned to his bedroom and locked the door, the number flickered. For a split second, it changed to 1, then back to 2, and Daniel realized something that made his mouth go dry. If the number could change without anyone leaving the house, then it was not counting entries, it was counting presence. The next night, Daniel forced himself to stay awake. He kept the app open, volume on, lights off, watching his own home through a digital lens. At 3:09 a.m., without any motion alert, the number quietly switched to 2 again. This time, a new icon appeared, a small floor map of his house. He tapped it. A digital layout filled his screen, and inside it were 2 glowing dots. One dot pulsed inside the bedroom. The second was in the hallway, just outside his door. Daniel's chest tightened. He stared at the actual hallway camera feed. It showed nothing but an empty stretch of carpet and closed doors. Yet on the map, the second dot shifted slightly, like someone adjusting their stance. Daniel slowly stood up in real life, and the first dot moved accordingly. The second dot stayed still. Then, without any sound of footsteps or a turning handle, the hallway dot moved forward. It passed through the closed bedroom door on the screen as if the barrier did not exist. Daniel's breathing became shallow as the second dot entered the bedroom on the digital map. The camera feed still showed empty air. The dot stopped 6 feet from his bed. The app chimed softly. Occupant proximity detected. Daniel whispered, "Who is there?" No answer came from the room, but on the live bedroom feed, the exposure shifted for a fraction of a second, and in the upper corner near the ceiling, the air seemed to warp. Not a shadow, not a shape, just a distortion, like heat rising from asphalt. Then it was gone. The dots on the map overlapped, and the occupant count flickered to 3 before settling back to 2. Daniel did not remember falling asleep, but at 3:12 a.m., the following night, the notification came again. Occupant recalibrated. This time, the Wi-Fi router had been unplugged. The cameras were disconnected. He had shut everything down. Yet the phone screen glowed in the darkness, showing a live feed from his bedroom camera. The angle was slightly different, tilted just enough to show more of the room than before. Daniel could see himself sitting on the bed, staring at his phone. Except he was not holding his phone in the feed. In the live video, he was standing near the bedroom door, watching the version of himself on the bed. His breath caught in his throat as he slowly turned his head toward the door in real life. The space was empty, but on the screen, the standing version of him smiled faintly. The video glitched for 4 seconds. When it resumed, the bed was empty. The room was still. The app displayed one final status update. Active occupants. 1. The next morning, police found the house locked from the inside. No signs of entry, no signs of struggle. Daniel was gone. The system logs did not record an intruder. They did not record a breach. They recorded a transfer. And according to the final data timestamp at 3:12 a.m., the home had exactly 1 verified occupant, accurately identified. If this story gave you chills, hit subscribe and turn on notifications, because some updates should never be installed. 6 months after Daniel Harper vanished, the company quietly pushed another overnight update. No announcement, no email campaign, just a silent patch labeled Stability Improvements. By then, most people had forgotten about the Denver case. It never made national headlines. A missing man in a locked house isn't unusual enough to trend for long, but in a suburb outside Seattle, a woman named Erica Lawson noticed something strange at exactly 3:12 a.m. The same timestamp investigators had logged in Daniel's system files. Her phone lit up with a notification that looked harmless at first. Behavioral sync complete. Erica frowned. She lived alone. She had never enabled behavioral tracking. When she opened the app, everything appeared normal until she saw a new tab at the bottom of the screen labeled Continuity. She tapped it. The camera feed switched to her bedroom, where she was clearly visible, sitting upright, staring at her phone. Beneath the video, a single line of text appeared. Pattern match 82% complete. She whispered, "Match with what?" The app did not respond, but the percentage slowly climbed to 83. The next evening, Erica searched online forums and found a buried thread discussing Daniel Harper. Screenshots, deleted patch notes, mentions of something called occupant recalibration. Most links were dead. Most images had been removed. But one user claimed the system was not detecting intruders. It was learning replacements. Erica felt ridiculous even thinking it, but at 3:11 a.m., she kept the app open and watched the new continuity tab. The percentage now read 96%. The live bedroom feed looked slightly sharper than usual, almost too detailed, like the contrast had been enhanced. Then she noticed something unsettling. In the corner of the screen, there was a faint outline near her closet. Not a person. More like a transparent silhouette lagging half a second behind her movements. When she lifted her hand, the outline lifted its hand a moment later. When she tilted her head, it corrected itself as if syncing. The app chimed softly. Behavioral sync, 99%. Erica stood up abruptly and turned on the lights. The room was empty, but on her screen the silhouette did not disappear. It stepped forward into her. At exactly 3:12 a.m., her phone vibrated again. Continuity achieved. The camera feed glitched, then stabilized. Erica saw herself standing in the center of the bedroom, perfectly still, staring straight ahead. Except she was no longer standing. She was frozen on the bed, unable to move, her body heavy, her breathing shallow. On the screen, the version of her in the center of the room blinked slowly and smiled with calm precision. The app displayed a final line of text. Primary identity confirmed. For 4 seconds, the video distorted. When it cleared, the Erica on the bed was gone. The Erica on the screen adjusted her posture, reached toward the nightstand, and picked up the phone. Perfectly aligned, perfectly natural. The next morning, coworkers said Erica arrived at work on time. She answered emails. She attended meetings. She laughed at the right moments. But if you look closely at the update logs released weeks later, you will see something chilling. After occupant recalibration, after behavioral sync, a new feature was added permanently to the system architecture. Continuity mode ensures seamless user replacement without external detection. And ever since that patch, the update always installs at 3:12 a.m. If you think this could never happen, here's your 5-second challenge. Check your home security app right now and look at the occupant count. If it says more than one, don't refresh it. Just comment what number you see, hit subscribe, and let's find out who else is awake at 3:12 a.m. 3 weeks after Erica's continuity achieved notification, the company released a public statement denying everything. No replacement feature, no identity syncing, no behavioral mapping, just routine security improvements. Most people believed it. Updates happen all the time. Life moved on. But at exactly 3:12 a.m. last Tuesday, thousands of users across the United States received the same silent notification at once. Network alignment in progress. No motion alerts, no sound detection, just alignment. In homes from Florida to Oregon, cameras briefly adjusted their angles by less than 1 degree. Barely noticeable. Just enough to improve facial framing. Just enough to capture clearer eye detail. If you slow down the footage from that night, you'll see something subtle. For 4 seconds, every active user is completely still. Not blinking, not breathing deeply, just paused. Then, in perfect synchronization, they all exhale. System logs show no breach, no intrusion, no external access. Only one new permanent feature added after that night. Scalable continuity, multi-home enabled. And since 3:12 a.m., the occupant count across the network has never decreased, only balanced